Welcome back, everyone. We're doing another deep dive today, and this time we're heading back to Iceland's Viking Age
Oh, yeah.
to explore the Laxdæla saga.
All right.
And this story is packed with love and adventure and even betrayal.
It's a classic.
It's so captivating. It's like a modern teen drama, but set, centuries ago.
And the thing is, it's amazing how a story this old can still resonate with people today.
Yeah.
The themes are just timeless, right? Love, rivalry, ambition.
Oh,
It's all there. And the characters are so vivid, so well drawn.
especially Bolli, Gartan, and Gudrun.
Exactly. You feel like you almost know them.
Yeah, it's like, imagine if you could, take those intense social media feuds we see today.
Oh, yeah.
And they can actually escalate into real-life duels.
Right.
Or think
right.
about a love triangle that's so messy it could spark a war between families.
Yeah, crazy.
And every decision you make has consequences that last for generations.
heavy story.
That's the world of the Laxdæla saga.
It really is.
And what's even more wild is that even though it's from so long ago, it still shows us so much about human nature.
Yeah, and that's what keeps it relevant,
Exactly. So to make sure everyone can follow this epic tale, we're going to mainly focus on those key players. Bolli, Gatan, and Gudrun.
The big three.
Right, and all those crazy events that shape their lives.
It's a wild ride.
We'll break down the complicated relationships, all the drama, all the betrayals that make it so memorable.
Think of us like your guides
Exactly.
through this world. We'll help you understand the history, the symbols, and how everything connects.
Perfect. So let's dive right in.
Let's do it.
We'll start with a scene that really sets the stage for all the drama to come. Under's death.
Oh, yeah.
Under's death, it's not just some sad event.
No, not
It
every...
really says a lot about her character and about women in this society.
Right,
Even on her deathbed.
right.
She is in complete control,
She is.
dictating how her funeral will be, making sure her legacy lives on. It's almost like she's staging her own grand finale,
Yeah.
making sure everyone knows she's going out on her own terms.
She's not going down without a fight.
And that sense of agency, that power to shape her own story.
That's something people can really connect with, even today.
Right.
Absolutely.
Like those viral videos we see where someone does something incredible
You know what I mean?
or they give this amazing speech.
Yeah.
They're not just entertaining. It's like they're putting themselves out there, making their mark on the world.
Totally. And Unur, even in death, is doing the same.
And Under's death has this ripple effect.
Yeah, big time.
Especially on her son, Ernolf. He vows to avenge her, to protect his family's honor.
That's what sets everything in motion, right?
Exactly. It brings Bolli and Gartan right into the center of the conflict.
It's all connected.
So let's talk about these two guys, Bolli and Gartan.
All right.
They're foster brothers, raised like actual siblings.
Yeah.
Their bond is so strong, they're almost like two sides of the same coin. Gartan, he's all charismatic, impulsive, right?
Mm-hmm.
But he's more reserved, thoughtful.
Yeah, that classic dynamic.
They balance each other out perfectly.
Their friendship seems unbreakable,
Yeah, well, until a love triangle comes into play.
Oh boy, here we go.
And this isn't just any love triangle. This one's going to test the limits of their brotherhood.
Yeah, some serious consequences are coming.
And then there's Gudrun.
Gudrun, she's something else.
She's beautiful. She's intelligent.
She's a whole package.
Strong-willed, ambitious, capable of incredible love, but also incredible anger.
She's a force to be reckoned with.
She's like the ultimate it girl of her time.
I love that.
Everyone's drawn to her,
Mm.
and she knows how to use her charm to get what she wants.
For sure.
But she's more than just a pretty face. She wants love and power.
Right.
And that complexity is what makes her so interesting.
Exactly. She's not some helpless damsel.
Yeah.
She's going to play a major role in shaping Bolli and Cortan's lives.
So we've got this strong female character, a seemingly unbreakable bond between two brothers, and a love triangle that's about to blow up.
This is getting good.
Where do we go from here?
Well, to really understand this love triangle, we've got to look at the family history.
Okay.
The saga is all about lineage, ancestry, and family ties.
That's interesting.
These really shape the character's actions.
Just like think about high school, right?
Right.
You hang out with certain groups. You're known for being part of a certain clique.
Yeah,
Well, in the Laxdæla saga, your family name is your social currency
that's a great way to put it.
and your reputation.
Yeah.
Totally tied to what your ancestors did.
And that family loyalty and honor.
Yeah.
They're going to play a huge role in how this love triangle plays out.
Okay, so we've got the stage set for some serious drama.
For sure.
But before we get to the main conflict, let's take a quick detour and talk about someone who adds a bit of mystery to the saga.
Okay, I like it.
Melkorka.
Melkorka.
So Melkorka is the wife of Höskuldur,
Right.
Kirtan's father. Got it. She's a fascinating character. Her origins are a complete secret.
It's intriguing.
Nobody knows where she comes from, who her family is.
A real mystery woman.
It's like that classic trope in teen movies, the new kid shows up with a mysterious past.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that one.
Everyone's gossiping, coming up with theories.
It's juicy.
But in this case, the rumors aren't about some old boyfriend.
Right.
They're about whether Melkorka might be royalty in disguise.
Wow, that's a big twist.
And that mystery has a huge impact on her son, Olaf.
I bet.
He grows up knowing his mom is different,
Yeah.
that she's hiding something that could change everything.
Like a secret identity.
It's like those stories you hear about people finding out they have a secret twin or that they're descended from royalty.
Oh, those are the best.
It makes you question everything you thought you knew.
Totally.
And that's the journey Olaf goes on.
Wow.
He becomes obsessed with figuring out his mom's true identity.
Makes sense.
His quest takes him on this adventure full of danger and intrigue.
Can't wait to hear about that.
So we've got this love triangle brewing. A mysterious mom with a hidden past, and a son on a quest for self-discovery.
Things are heating up.
Things are definitely heating up in the Laxdæla saga.
I'm hooked.
Me too.
So where do we go from here?
Well, as we move forward, we'll see how all these different storylines start to intertwine,
It's all connected.
revealing this whole web of relationships, ambitions, and betrayals.
I can't wait.
It's going to be a wild ride.
I'm ready.
Let's do it. So we left off with Olaf, Melkorka's son, and he's on this quest to uncover his mother's true identity.
Right. A real journey of self-discovery.
And it takes him all the way to Ireland.
Wow. International intrigue.
It's like a Viking Age study abroad program.
With much higher stakes, I imagine.
Oh, definitely. But you know what's really cool about Olaf's story?
What's that?
It's like a mirror for so many young people today.
In what way?
They're trying to figure out who they are, where they fit in.
That's a universal experience.
Exactly. And Olaf, he's grappling with those same questions: identity, heritage, his place in the world.
Makes you wonder what he finds out.
It's that need to connect with your roots, you know?
To understand where you come from.
Totally. And how it shapes who you are.
Right. It's like when you start digging into your family history.
Or take one of those DNA tests.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're looking for those missing pieces.
The clues to who you are.
Exactly. And for Olaf, that search leads him face to face with the Irish king.
No way.
He has to prove his lineage.
Wow. What a challenge.
Not with a DNA test, though.
How then?
With his wit, his courage,
Those are some valuable tools.
and maybe a little luck along the way.
You always need a little luck.
It's like a classic coming-of-age
I
story.
love those.
Just imagine trying to convince a king you're his long-lost relative.
Talk about pressure.
It's like that feeling when you have to give a big presentation.
Or try out for the school play.
Yeah, when you have to step up and prove yourself.
That takes guts.
And Olaf does just that.
I bet he does.
He wins the king's favor. He's recognized as a descendant of Irish royalty.
What a victory.
It's a triumph that reveals his mother's past and raises his own status back in Iceland.
That's amazing.
So while Olaf is off on his adventures, things are getting complicated back in Iceland,
Oh, what's happening?
especially with that love triangle we were talking about.
Right. Bola, Kjortan, and Gudrun.
Gudrun's still away in Norway, serving in King Olaf Tryggvason's court.
Got it. And what about Boli and Gudrun?
Well, Boli makes a decision that changes everything. He marries Gudrun.
No way. What about Bjortan?
Jartan's expecting to come home and marry her.
This is going to be bad.
It's the ultimate betrayal.
Absolutely heartbreaking.
Like when your best friend starts dating your crush behind your back.
Ouch. That's rough.
Total heartbreak, major blow to the friendship.
And in this case, probably a lot more than just hurt feelings.
Oh yeah, the saga really captures how devastated Jartan is.
How does he react?
He's hurt, he's humiliated,
I can't imagine.
and his reaction was very Viking.
You think he challenges Boli to a duel?
Not quite. They're bound by honor, by social expectations.
So a duel's out of the question.
Instead, Kirtarna does something calculated to hurt Boli just as deeply.
What does he do?
He marries Frefna, a woman from a rival family.
Ooh, that's cold.
It's like posting a picture with a new flame on social media just to make your ex jealous.
Except the stakes are way higher here.
Exactly. Kirtan's marriage isn't just personal, it's strategic.
How so?
It escalates the conflict, pulls their families into the feud.
Things are getting out of control.
It's not just a love triangle anymore, it's a full-blown family war.
Wow, this is intense.
The rivalry between Kirtan and Boli just festers.
Fueled by jealousy, pride, all that pressure to uphold family honor.
It's like those reality shows where families are always competing.
Oh yeah, those are wild.
But in this case, it's not about winning a prize. It's about survival, about dominance.
So what happens next?
All that tension, it finally reaches a boiling point.
I can only imagine.
Bully, he's under pressure from his family. He can't escape Kirtan's shadow.
He's caught in the middle.
And he makes a devastating decision.
What does he do?
He kills Kirtan.
Oh my God, talk about a plot twist.
It's the ultimate betrayal. Best friend killing best friend.
It's a turning point in the saga.
It shows how quickly things can spiral out of control.
When emotions run high and that pressure to conform is so intense,
The killing of Kirtan is a pivotal moment in the saga.
it marks a point of no return.
And it sets off a chain of events that leads to even more bloodshed and heartbreak.
So what happens to Bully? Does he get away with it?
Not exactly.
What do you mean?
He might escape immediate punishment.
Huh?
The consequences of his actions, they're far-reaching.
How so?
The saga really explores the psychological toll that violence takes.
On everyone involved.
It's like that saying, hurt people hurt people.
Right. Bully might have felt justified at the time.
But he carries that burden of guilt and regret.
And Juratan's family.
They're devastated, of course.
They want revenge.
And that's where Gudrun, Kirtan's former love, Bully's wife,
She becomes central to the story again.
she's caught between her husband, who killed the man she once loved.
And her desire for revenge.
What a tangled web.
It's a situation full of conflict, moral ambiguity.
Gudrun's been wronged, but she's also played a part in how things unfolded.
Her choices now will have huge consequences for everyone.
Okay, so we left off with Kinjaman dead. Gudrun caught in this whirlwind of emotions.
Right, married to the man who killed her former love, pressure from all sides.
So what does Gudrun do?
Well, she doesn't just sit back, she's a woman of action, remember?
Oh yeah, strong will, sharp tongue.
She knows how to use her influence to get what she wants.
It's like she becomes this puppet master,
Oh, I like that.
pulling the strings, orchestrating her revenge.
She might not be a warrior, but she knows how to manipulate people.
And she does.
She encourages her sons from her different marriages to avenge Jatan.
Wow, using family ties to fuel the fire.
It shows how personal these vendettas were, how intertwined with family honor.
It's fascinating how someone can be so powerful without ever resorting to violence.
It makes you think about different forms of power.
How women, even in societies that try to limit them, can still exert influence.
Exactly. Gudrun's a prime example.
But her story also shows us that revenge comes at a price.
A steep price.
She might see Bully pay for what he did, but does she find peace? Happiness?
The saga suggests she's haunted by her choices.
The loss of Gishardim, of Bully, the broken relationships within her own family.
It's like that saying, living well is the best revenge.
She gets her vengeance, but it doesn't fix what's broken.
It makes you wonder if she ever really moves on.
That's a good question. Does the saga tell us?
It's open to interpretation. We see glimpses of her later life.
She marries again, has more children.
But there's this sense of sadness, of something missing.
Like she achieved outward success, but inside, there's still that emptiness.
It's a reminder that actions have consequences.
Sometimes we get what we want, but it doesn't bring the closure we hope for.
And I think that's one of the most powerful messages of the Laxdæla saga.
What do you mean?
It's a story about love, betrayal, the choices we make.
But it also warns us about letting passion and pride control our actions. It's a story that still resonates today.
We might not be Vikings fighting blood feuds.
But we still face those temptations to act impulsively, to seek revenge.
To let our emotions cloud our judgment.
And the saga reminds us those choices have ripple effects.
They impact our families, our communities.
Even future generations.
It's all connected.
So as we wrap up our deep dive into the Laxdæla saga, what's the one thing you want listeners to take away?
I'd say it's this. The saga holds up a mirror to human nature.
It shows us those timeless struggles, love, loss, ambition.
And the weight of our choices.
It encourages us to look inward, to examine our own motivations.
To think about the long-term impact of what we do.
It's a reminder that even though we're not Vikings facing life or death decisions,
We can still learn from their stories.
from their triumphs and their tragedies,
It's
the Laxdæla saga is a timeless masterpiece.
It offers insights into what it means to be human.
And it challenges us to be better, more compassionate.
And who knows, maybe by understanding characters like Bully, Jartan, Gudrun,
We can make better choices in our own lives.
choices we can be proud of.
That's a great point to end on.
I think so too.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the Laxdæla saga.
It's been a pleasure.
We hope you've enjoyed the journey.
And that you'll keep exploring these amazing stories.
And the timeless lessons they offer.
Absolutely.
Thanks again for listening.